You've arrived. Took you long enough? Well, it's not like I was trying to hide. For God's sakes. I'm standing on top of the tallest buildings in the middle of the city. It's not that hard to miss. But then again, this is you we're talking about. No, nothing. Come, take a seat. It'd be a waste with this beautiful view. Well, you have the time, yes? And I assume it would take some time before the authorities get here, so why not you and I chat for a bit? Always on the clock. So hardworking. You know, it wouldn't hurt to take a break every once in a while. Especially in a profession as taxing as this. You don't have to worry. It's only us up here. You have my word. Well, if you don't trust me, then please feel free to scout the area. You give me too much credit. Cunning as I may be, I know when enough is enough. The time for traps, tricks, and schemes are over. Giving up? No. It's simply just me having played my part and the natural progression of things to come. But of course, everything I've done, I only did out of necessity. You of all people should know how it must be. After all, you and I are cut from the same cloth. We're both bound by our duty to humanity. We have a responsibility that no one else is capable of upholding. No, not a better world. I work for a stronger one. A world where we don't have to worry about loss, where everyone is safe, where everyone is. The only reason I did that was to filter out the weaklings and to ensure improvement and the survival of the future generation of humans. Well, if they died, then that simply means that they were too weak to live. What? That's enough. Sit. That's new. I never in a million years would I have thought that you would have that in you. But then again, you always did let your emotions get the better of you. In any case, color me impressed. Looks like there might be hope for this one after all. I did nothing. Rather, you could say that you did it to yourself. Although I wish I could say that you simply followed what your elders told you. But I'll explain in a moment. Might want to cool it with the language there. It hurts, you know. You may think of me as some ruthless monster, but I'm still human. Okay, that was uncalled for. That's no way to talk to your elder brother now, is it? Mother and father raised you better than this. Come on. Don't tell me you haven't realized it. I mean, have you forgotten how my voice sounds already? But then again, you were always one to act first and think later. Probably if you looked a little harder and noticed the details, you could have figured it out a long time ago. I mean, I am the type to put a lot of myself into the work that I do. Oh, room for improvement, I guess. Oh, no. I'm still in the hospital, rest assured. But if I remember correctly, I wake up in 8 or more years, give or take. Unless this is just another one where I get unlucky and die. Don't believe me still? Come on, you're looking right at me. A corpse puppet of Lichman's. Really? I know you can hear my heartbeat and sense the blood flow through my body. Don't be stupid. Ugh, doesn't matter. At least I have your attention, at least. I hope I do. Don't bother calling for help. Your friends won't come to save you. The moment you arrived, you see, I detonated some explosives around the city to keep your pals busy and ensure that I would be able to talk to you without any interruptions. Well, of course you would have heard it. But I already took some measures for that, you see. For example, I have managed to take control over your body, if you haven't noticed already. If you think that I could make you sick, well... I also took away your... Not took, but inhibited your super hearing as well. So of course you weren't able to hear it. Relax. I just blew up a few abandoned buildings, a few parks, and some under construction for good measure. I mean, if people just happen to be collateral, then I guess that's their fault. Well, if people die, they die. You're free to stop it, of course. If you can. But don't try too hard now. You'll hurt yourself trying to resist the commands. I'll explain in a moment, but for now, I already told you. I'm your older brother. Yeah, your brother would never do this. Not while he's in a coma. But that's not the case now, is it? I'm here, alive and okay, about to... I can tell you not to listen to anything I'm saying. Okay, something. Yeah! Recognize this? It's exactly what you think it is. I actually did it. It's our very own time machine. I know, it doesn't look exactly like the blueprint, but, I mean, the elements are still there. Although, if anything, I never thought it would be this small. Amazing what the technology of the future can do. Okay, still don't believe me. The Atom Twins had an incurable disease because they had contracted it through an extraterrestrial encounter you guys had 5 months prior, and it was incurable. We didn't have the technology for it until some miraculous anonymous entity sent you the technology as well as the information on that said disease, leading you guys to be able to cure it and bring the Atom Twins back up and running. Now, you never disclosed that information to the public. I don't know why, but you guys chose not to. Pretty stupid. But the point I'm trying to make here is that the initials of that package that I sent were KH. No one would have known, except for you guys, the League of Heroes, or the sender, which would be me. First off, you're very much welcome. Secondly, God, no. You think I'd travel back to the past to ruin the world and screw it over? I'm here because I'm trying to save it. A few years after I wake up, that same extraterrestrial entity that infected the Atom Twins invades the world in the form of an empire that takes over the planet. We lose that fight by a long shot. I mean, don't get me wrong, we put up a good fight, but we didn't even last a whole year. We were just overwhelmed in both numbers and power. Not even you, Mom, or Dad could stop them. The entire League of Heroes and Coalition of Guardians did stand up against the initial onslaught, but they all die in the end and humanity goes extinct. Luckily, though, through the countless sacrifices and efforts of our comrades, we managed to build a machine that could maybe, just maybe, help us win this war. The first time I went back, I warned you, and the Coalition, the League, everybody. Now, make no mistake, you guys believed me, and we did manage to get a global front to prepare, but when the time came, it still wasn't enough. So I went back again. This time I made sure to prepare for everything that we weren't ready for. I imagine, I literally had the gift of the past mistakes and shortcomings at our disposal, but we still lost. And so, when we were defeated once more, I went back and I did it again and again and again and again and again and again, trying out different strategies and ways to prepare, but it always ended the same way. It didn't matter how ready we were. Every single run was just a massacre. First, it would be Captain Commando and his team, then Mega Woman, the Quicksters, the Atom Twins, the Coalition, the League, and finally, once everyone you knew died, you would snap in a fit of rage. You would make a final effort to make them pay for what they did. And that's how it would go. Every single time. It was almost as if they knew what was coming. And that's when it hit me. That was exactly it. Every time I would travel back to warn you guys and do it all over again, the invasion came earlier and earlier. It came to a point during these runs that I started to wonder if it was even worth trying anymore, because it all ended the same way. And that's when it hit me, the eureka moment. It all ended the same way. Despite the differences in preparation, and no matter what I did to make sure nothing would go wrong, it all ended the same. First, Captain Commando, then Mega Woman. Everyone dies, and you get angry and go for a final push every single time. Your face. You follow me. That's good. Listen to me. I know, you know, that I would never doubt your strength. You're strong, make no mistake, but you're not strong enough. There's something inhibiting this strength you've yet to unlock. And out of all the attempts, after going back so many times to try and unlock that potential, I've come to this realization that this is the only surefire way to make you break that ceiling. You know that if there were any way to do this without taking any lives, I would have done so. We don't have much time, and this is the only way. I've been infecting the city's water supply with one of the bioweapons that the invaders used during their first incursion. It's a type of nanomachine that invades your cells and allows you to control them in any way you please. It's why you sat down earlier, why I was able to inhibit your super hearing, among other things. I've been doing it for over the course of a few years now. And now, every single person in this city is mine to control however I please. No. I'm going to kill them. I'm going to make the nanomachines self-ignite and burn every single person in this city. Shh. Understand that if I do this, it will help you go beyond your current limits. I've seen it happen firsthand. If I can help you reach that height early, you can then find a way to tap into it, and at the very least, you can change the future. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. As long as you prevent the invasion and save the world, in the end, everything will be worth it, okay? You know that Big Brother would never hurt you. And he would never do this without good reason, yeah? But we're out of time. And in order to just jumpstart this growth, I'm going to need you to have to lose everything, okay? Trust me. You can struggle all you want, but the way you are now, you won't be able to resist the machines in you. In a few moments, we'll watch this city burn, and you'll grow stronger than ever before. And at that moment, the culmination of all my efforts thus far will have been realized. My love, my hope, and all of my sorrow will be ours to witness as humanity's hope rises from the ashes of these noble people's sacrifices. I'm sorry. I wish this could have all just happened differently. I wish we could have reunited differently. I always thought that when I awoke, I would see you sitting on the side of my bed with that dumb face you always make. The one where you look both sad, confused, and happy at the same time. But we can only dream. At the end of the day, no matter how hard we try, nothing stays the way we want it to. If you want to stop me, then go ahead. The clock is ticking. If you want to stop me, then do it. But if you can't, then that simply just justifies this course of action. If you want to stop me, then go ahead. If you can. Or you can watch these people